Good day, Ruskin enjoyers. It's my birthday right now. Yippee, I'm old. Ugh. Now, we also don't have abnormals, unfortunately. The roster rotated a little bit too late last week, and, well, no abnormals. Every single skin that you see here will become marketable at the exact same time. So that'll be Thursday evening going to Friday morning, 1 o'clock in the morning Friday. Because last week, roster rotated at 3 o'clock in the morning Friday time. Now, that's all based on UK time. Face Punchers, of course, located in the UK, so all the times are all based around that. So this has happened before. It's not the first time, but we can still figure out prices. We can make considerations if we actually want to jump in and make some purchases. It's always a bit of a risk, but I'll talk about justifications and whatnot. But in terms of the prices, I'll have it linked in the description, so you could just skip ahead right now. Go look in there and just grab all the prices if you want. But you probably still want to listen to my justifications for the reasons why I suggest those prices. And everything I suggest, you don't have to completely follow suit. You can listen to what I say and think of your own potential prices and whatnot. But if you don't fully understand when exactly they're going to appear, well, it's going to be basically, well, consider this. Tomorrow, I'll be doing my showcase of all the brand new skins. And yes, even when the roster rotates, these will still not be marketable until it's 1 o'clock in the morning Friday. But consider going to my stream, look in the description, you'll see links to all my socials, and you could just watch my stream, and I'll sit there and say, right, guys, we've got like an hour until the all the skins become marketable and whatnot. Like, I'll keep you informed. I'll help you out if you don't fully understand. So consider watching my stream tomorrow. And, of course, look forward to the April 4th swipe. So that's a thing. The roster was very late to appear, and tomorrow we're expecting an early roster rotation because it's April 4th swipe tomorrow. It's an April update. So, okay. Overall, the skins that we see here, they haven't sold that much, which makes things very interesting for us, the investors, because if these skins potentially get a spike in demand, spike in price in the future, perhaps, there's only so many of it to go around, and that means those prices might go up ever so nice. So let's just talk about the 48-hour analysis. I make this video every Saturday. I look at all the skins with their progress with the sales, and I give you a good estimate for what they're likely going to sell by next Thursday. So take, for example, the top-selling skin, Sakura AK47. When I looked at that on this day, I made a consideration. I thought it was going to sell between 16 to 19,000 subscribers by Thursday. And, well, as of now, technically it's Thursday. It is my birthday, by the way, as well. Yippee, I'm old. 18,000 subscribers, yay. So, yeah, that looks like it's matched up. And all the other skins here, they have matched up with the expectations. So, okay, that's fine. Well, then, let's go through all these skins and start questioning, well, do I want to buy it or do I just stick with doing a barter? So I'm going to look at the Sakura AK47. When I first saw this, I of course instantly pointed out that there's only one other skin that we can really compare to, that being the Kiss AR, that was accepted for what? Is a Valentine's 2023 skin, yep. So as I scroll down, look at all the other AKs that are in the negative, and only a couple of them for each year are in the positive. So do keep this in mind. Now, the Kiss AK right now, or Kiss AR, it's currently listed at $6.76, and someone has listed 19 of them. So with the arrival of the Sakura AK, people got a little bit spooked. They've started listing their skins. The prices have gone down. It's a bit unfortunate, but I'll be honest with you, as we approach the summertime, I still expect this to rise up nicer. But yeah, very recently, with the arrival of competition, it's starting to slip down a little bit. Is it going to be like this forever? I don't think so. I think it's just more of a reaction. So why am I making such a fuss? Well, of course, over to here we have a brand new pink AK-47. It has an anime girl on it, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people do appreciate. Very nice. On the other side, she's got like the bolt in her eye. But the main factor is that this has not sold that much. It's done 18,000 subscribers. Well, it's a $3.49 skin, so don't be too surprised. But the Kiss AR, that did 30,000 subscribers, and that worked out ever so nicely ever since it came out. A nice, unique skin that has been appreciated ever so nicely, and it's basically almost quadrupled in price. Okay? What's going to happen to this? Because Kiss AR, that sold at $2, this right here, $3.49. With skins that sell higher prices, they tend to struggle a bit and, you know, they suffer because they can't maintain the price. That right there, though, 18,000 subscribers. It's not a ridiculous amount, but it's also like not like hardly anything. It's like a normal amount of sales. So don't assume, oh, there's nothing there. It'll easily go up in price. No. You can't assume that. Another thing you have to be aware of is the skin creators, they didn't make a brand new Sakura weapon. So if I could go over to here, like no SAR, no L96 or anything. So I don't know what's going on, but I can sit here and say at the very least there are Easter skins just around the corner with April. So maybe we'll see more. Maybe the skin creators just need to cook in it a bit longer. Like, respect that sometimes quality takes some time, all right? So we need to see some very nice, elegant pink anime girls on some other interesting weapons, and perhaps we might have a very cool looking weapon collection as we steer closer to the summertime. And in the past, we have had some weapon collections that have actually worked out very nicely. So that right there, I'm intrigued. I'm interested, but I'm still cautious. As I mentioned just a little bit earlier, so many AKs get accepted every single year, but you'll probably see like 2 of them in the positive. So, case in point, scroll, scroll, scroll. Here was last year, and here is the Black Diamond AK, and here is the Thunder Gold AK. Those are your 2 skins that are in the positive. The year before this, there's Abyss again, and of course, here is the Kiss AR. What about 2022? Well, you've got the Desert Raiders AK, and that's it. So yeah, that's very promising, isn't it? Again, there's so many AKs. Don't be surprised by this. But do you truly believe this will stand out, will be unique compared to all the others, and will actually retain its value and end up in the positive as we go through the summer of 2025? We're expecting a lot of people to be playing this year. With the arrival of the Jungle update, I think we are going to be beating that all-time peak player count. So I think what I'm personally going to do is I'm going to buy some. I'm not going to buy a lot, I'm going to buy some, because I can afford the risk, right? I've got multiple accounts, I've got loads of skins, I can replenish myself, I can sell things and get money back. You can't do that, right? Well, not all of you can do that. I have to respect that. So I'm under the impression that you're probably just better off with a buy order. And, well, if you're going to go for it, I think $2 to $2.50 is probably a reasonable thing to do. I think that's okay. I think that's what we'll do. Yeah. But I think I will buy some just out of curiosity, maybe like 10 or 20. It is quite a lot. $3.49 for each skin. Ooh. But maybe it didn't sell too ridiculously. Like, imagine if that was $2. Do you reckon that would have also done 30,000 subscribers as well? I do. I do. So, right then, we'll see how it is. But I might jump in. And if you want to, by all means. But just, respect the amount of money you actually have and how much you can work with. Don't go in with a risk if you can't really afford it. So stick with boulders, and $2, $2.50 seems to be a reasonable option. That's what I'm going to go with. Now, moving on to the B-Metal door. Well, I have made a short video showcasing this. It's disappeared. Whoops. Where are you? There we are. So I've looked at this and talked about how you could just stick with using the Cryo sheet metal door. I've talked about how you could just compare to the bruceless sheet metal door, which has so much more vision, so much more helpful usefulness. This right here, the windows, whilst you can see quite far with the from each side, there's a problem with the height. So if you're standing normally, you're not going to be able to see through them properly. Now that's not really like a mistake or it's not like the skin creator did something wrong. If anything, that probably allowed it to be accepted because, it's not too paid to win. But we have seen some other sheet metal doors with transparency and glow-in-the-dark where some of them have become quite expensive and some of them not so much. So let's talk about the ones that are not so much. And very recently we had the Protector sheet metal door that had transparency that was just a little bit too high, wasn't useful, and then it also glowed-in-the-dark, but sold at $3. That's similar, isn't it? Yeah. And that's now selling at $1.69. Awkward. It's basically halved in price. Now over to here, we also have the Junkernaut sheet metal door. It really didn't have that much vision with the transparency, but it was still reasonable and it glowed in the dark. It sold at $3. Now it sells at $1.09 on the Steam market. So those two didn't really work out very nicely. But as I scroll down, I have to remind everybody that Bombshell, which is selling at $6, that didn't instantly go up in price immediately. If anything, it actually struggled. So look at this. Look at the sales history. Wha-bam. Now, Chucky Chew, who was watching my stream earlier, thank you very much for pointing this out. But that's a very, very interesting point that we have to be aware of. Maybe B-Door does go down in price initially for a while, but then maybe it slowly starts to get appreciated. Now, if you make a jump up, it's useful. You can look down and you get a lot of vision. Again, I show that off in the short video. But I'm not 100% convinced. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to be thinking about it. I'm going to look at it through the lens of, it's a B-related skin. A lot of people have been making some very fun, cool-looking B bases and whatnot ever since we've had the update for March. I do expect some more B-related skins to be produced and accepted. I think with that, I'm probably going to do $1 to $1.50. I'm playing it a bit safe. If I'm not feeling super confident, I play it safer. So that's how I'm going to approach that. But I have to point out, yes, a collection continuation has been produced. And the windows on the double door here, as you can see, they are lowered. You can actually see through them. I have another short video showcasing that. So, omnipresent, best of luck to you. But yeah, maybe it's time for a locker, large box, some other deplorables. We have to keep an eye out. So, all right, looking interesting. It's just, I'm sure you understand that I've been burned out in the past with some of those other recent sheet metal doors with transparency and glow in the dark, and I'm not 100% convinced. So, all right, the sales 12,500. It's not that bad. But it's quite similar to the Protector sheet metal door almost. So, and that kind of struggled, didn't it? So we'll leave it at that then. Let's move on to the Gunhouse double door. Now, when I saw this, well, go back and look at my Rust rotation video to truly understand what I'm talking about. But when you see these weapon silhouettes under certain lighting, they kind of like sparkle, lighten up. It looks really cool. I like it. And the glow in the dark, just look at it. It's nice, colourful. It's appealing. I'm sure a lot of people would appreciate that. I think this is probably going to be something I'm actually going to go ahead and buy. So $3, I'm going to sit here and say $2, no, $1.70 to $2.30. Yep, I'm going to get pretty close, not too close, but just look at all the sheet metal double doors that came out last year. Also take note that this only has 11,000 subscribers. All of these sheet metal double doors, aside from the holiday ones, they're all in the positive very, very nicely. Like, March is supposed to be like one of the worst times to, for like Ruskins. Actually, no, it's April now, duh. But March, April time, it's usually around now where we'll see a lot of skins go down in price pretty badly, and then afterwards we steer towards the summertime and prices go up ever so nicely. This right here, all of them are good. They're very, very good. What are they going to look like during the summertime? But here's the other thing. We have so many that were accepted last year, and they're very, very good at the moment. So far this year, we haven't had as many, but we're still getting a decent amount. Are we going to see a breaking point at some point where it's like, you know what? Sheet metal doors just ain't it anymore. And then we start seeing them all go down in price. It happened to garage doors. I'm just going to point that out. But Gunhouse, you're special. I like your style. And I'm feeling like I might want to go ahead and actually buy a few of them. And I am aware that the skin creator has made a collection continuation, which you can see right here, the garage door. Hey, I mean, I'm all for it. I think I'll buy a few of those, and I feel confident that it'll work out nicely. Because with all those sheet metal double doors from last year, this has sold less than all of them, except one of the Valentine sheet metal double doors, which only had like 6,000. Point made. If they're all doing very good at the moment, if you've seen this in my Rust rotation video, I'm sure you understand why I'm feeling pretty positive about that. So, all right, cool. $1.70 to $2.30, and I'm feeling like I'm going to go buy some as well. Fish Bandana. So, very happy to see that this was accepted. It has done a reasonable, almost 11,000 subscribers. Yes, it has sold more than the bucket helmet, but even then, look at this whole collection here. Like, this has been appreciated for quite a long time. I am feeling confident, like, regardless, I'm feeling like that's going to be doing pretty all right. Retaining its value? Yeah, I can see that happening. Pairs up with this ever so nicely? Yep, but it has sold like a couple thousand more. Don't matter. Also, you can also be aware that we also like have some standard green bandanas that are so much cheaper, like 20 cents cheap. Here we go. Yep, you could use forest camo. You could use, green bandana. They're fine. You could also consider looking at the banana leaf bandana. But with that, is it going to become like an actual nice, profitable skin? What else could come out that could give that a boost? With that appearing just after the bucket helmet, well, that definitely helped that out. It's up by 50%. It's up by $1. But I don't know what else could come out for this. Maybe we'll see tier 3 and hoodie and pants at some point in the future for this collection. There have been attempts. Unfortunately, they haven't been accepted. But that right there, I think I'm going to do 75 cents to 85 cents. I think you can go ahead and just buy some. But just remember this. The Fish Road Sign Pants last year, this only did like 7,200 subscribers. That felt like hardly anything when I looked at it last year. And I was like yelling at people, you gotta go buy some of these. I've got like 150 of them at the moment. But here's the thing, it went down in price initially. Not dramatically down in price. It was like maintaining a decent value for a while. Like the lowest point it was just slightly above 80 cents. But then, most recently, around post-Christmas time, all of it got bought out, and now it's basically doubled the price. I could foresee this working out very nicely because I didn't expect there to be that many listings due to the sheer lack of sales, and here you are. But that took a while, all right? Maybe the bandana might take a while as well. Do take that into consideration. Maybe you might want to go with a lower price buy order. It's up to you, but I'm sure you can see how things can turn around quite nicely. And yeah, it's got 10,000, almost 11,000 subscribers, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay, so hey, buy orders, up to you, but I might consider buying a few of them. We'll see. Let's now move on to the factory new sap. Now, sap skins, as I just said a little bit earlier, most skins right now should be at a new low point. But that right there, all of these saps are basically doing very, very nice. Now, this is a normal thing that we would expect when we're going through good times. It's March, April. All of these are like doing very, very good prices. Like these were the prices we were seeing back in the summer of 2024. How are these going to look in the summer? Well, I don't think they're going to be that much different. I don't really expect them to change that much. Saps, whilst they tend to be very reliable in terms of retaining their value, well, they don't go up in price that much. So look at the Thunder Gold, the Black Diamond, the Quarantine, the Bombshell. It's only up by like 16%, 33%, and slightly above and whatnot. And also, when I first saw this factory new sap, like instantly I assumed it was like another black weapon. No, it's more metallic. When it's got like no light around it, it goes fairly dark. And when it has like light right on it, it's like metallic. So I'm a bit conflicted to make the comparisons to the Black Diamond sap and the Blackout sap, but I've got to get this point across. That's selling at $3. That's now listed on the Steam market at $2.90. That's now listed on the Steam market at $3.36. Oh dear. Yeah, that might be a little bit awkward. I don't think I'll purchase some, but I think I'll do a $1.70 to $2.30 buy order. Lost my tongue there. It looks like it's going to reliably retain most of its value for the foreseeable future, but I could see it dip a bit for a while. But I don't really think it'll drop off that bad. So we'll see what happens next. 9,698 subscribers really isn't that much, but it's quite similar to the Black Diamond sap. And whilst that worked out nicely, it's not up, it's not up in price that much, is it? So, okay. Cool. We understand that. Let's now move on and talk about the Cryo Fridge. So, got to point out, Instant Collection Continuation has appeared. Will it be accepted? We shall see. Cool looking sheet metal door. There is one version with and one version without transparency. So, yeah, okay. We'll see what happens next. But fridges, we had quite a lot of them being accepted in such a short amount of time. There will very likely be more. For you see, we have the Easter contest on the horizon. Yes, during April, we're expecting at least 2 weeks of Easter. We might get 3, considering Halloween and Christmas last year. We'll see. But yes, I have already seen a bunch of Easter fridges already being produced. We have these 3. One of them has an alt version, but yeah. There will be more. Skin creators are noticing fridges are getting accepted a lot more. They get a decent amount of sales. Well, they want a piece of that pie. They want to get some success. So consider this for Easter, for Halloween, for Christmas this year. I wouldn't be surprised if we potentially see some other fridge skins being accepted. And, in between all that, other fridges being accepted in other normal Rust stores. Like, whilst it's only 4 so far this year, I am expecting more. And Twitch drops. So if we suddenly start getting a lot of options, what do you reckon happens next? Oh yeah, they start to go down in price because they struggle to retain interest and whatnot. And therefore, they will then end up struggling to retain actual price. So for what this is, the Cryo Fridge, you have sold a fairly tame amount. You have a very cool transparent design, but do not be surprised in the future if we get another very cool transparent design fridge being accepted again. Alright, so looking at you, very similar position compared to the Death Metal fridge from the previous week, and that has started to already dip down in price, all right? Whilst it has more continuations potentially on the horizon, it's still dipped in price. So if I could just go back over to here, look at you on the Steam market, and it's only got 27 listings though. That's the funny thing. But it has gone down. It's slipping. It's only 2 off, but it's not retaining its value perfectly. Now maybe in the summertime we'll see some improvement. Okay, I look forward to it. But as of now, I'm looking at you, I'm making a consideration, I've got to think about the further future as well. What happens when we go through the autumn fall seasonal dip? So, I think I'm going to do $1 to $1.50. I want to play it a little bit safer. I don't think fridges are as reliable as they used to be. So, yeah, there are my words. And now we have Tire Tier 2. So, back over to here, I have made a video showcasing the Tire Tier 2 in comparison to the Blackout Tier 2, and, well, it's only slightly more reflective compared to the Blackout Tier 2. However, it is also 6 times cheaper. Blackout Tier 2 is like $40+. This altogether is like $7. And I do have to bring up that over the past few years, we have seen quite a lot of Blackout alternative options. More specifically, every year, ever since we first saw like Dragon Rage, we have had 2 Blackout alternatives. So last year, Commando and Black Diamond. The year before that, we had Legacy Kevlar and Pirate Road Sign. And then over to here, we had Black Gold and Dragon Rage. So, point made, we do have quite a lot of alternative Blackout options. And you also might notice that every single kilt right here is in the positive except the Dragon Rage. Now, Dragon Rage was like the first like well-known Blackout alternative. There was a lot of investment into it, but then all the other ones started appearing. Black Gold, of course, being an example. And that cratered. Dragon Rage has really suffered. So it's a bit unfortunate, but all the other ones are doing very nicely. Got to sit here and say, the kilts are looking very reliable. So as I look at this tire kilt, I'm definitely thinking I'll be offering a fair bit more compared to the other pieces. But yet still, all the pieces very likely will be spiking on price if we were to see a collection continuation. Oh, if only we could see something like that potentially on the horizon. Oh, look, it's right there. Hoodie and pants have been submitted. When will they potentially be accepted? I mean, tomorrow. I'm not saying no. It'll be cool. And yes, that tier 2 will be going up in price ever so nicely. So I will sit here and say this. I very likely will probably be buying some of those kilts. Because by default, it looks like it will reliably retain its value. It looks like it will reliably go up in price. And it's sold next to nothing. 8,700 subscribers is nothing, really. So if we see, any of those potential continuations, so hoodie and pants, or maybe some tier 3, maybe some boots and gloves, I'm feeling pretty positive. So yeah, if I were to do a suggestion for a price such as this, I'm probably doing $1.50 to $2. Maybe I'll probably do like $1.20 to $1.80. Yeah, because maybe at worst it goes down to about $2. Maybe we don't see an instant collection continuation. We do have Easter in the way. So maybe it might drop off a fair bit, $2 being its lowest. But if we do see those continuations, and so far the tire collection has been pretty successful with the amount of acceptances it's had. So are you feeling confident as well? Feel free to comment below. For the other pieces, I'm probably doing 90 cents to $1.30 for them. But for this, as I said, $1.20 to $1.80. I feel like that's looking pretty interesting. Maybe I might push it up to $2 because, as I said, I think I'm just going to go buy some. They look like it's going to reliably retain value, and as you might point out, I am aware that it's got like that blue red line. It's got some of the white on it and whatnot. Consider watching that short video when you're just a bit of a distance away. You don't even notice it. I worry that potentially might dissuade a lot of people from potentially buying it. Like, it's not that noticeable, like, whatsoever. And you get to run around and say, I'm made of rubber. So, all right. Looking pretty cool. It's just, yeah, still a bit debatable. So, all right then. It's up to you what you do with that information, but I am feeling confident. It's my assumption that we'll see continuations, but we're always anticipating, aren't we? So, let's see what happens next. Oil Rig Lootroom box. So, this is looking like it's actually starting to build up into a new collection. What makes you say that? Well, have you seen Mr. 38's workshop as of recent? Because we have the Arctic base box here as well. We are developing a brand new base collection, it seems. So if I could just quickly showcase this. Last year, Mr. 38 was behind a series of small boxes called the Base Box Collection. Sheet metal, wooden, stone, and high-quality metal. They were all accepted. They all went down in price. As you can see over here, they struggled and they're all half in price at the moment. As you can see, show me, go. Point I'm trying to get across is you should be a little bit wary. Now you might sit there and say, but Hedge, if we see the Arctic base box being accepted, surely that might spike in price. I don't think people are going to put 2 and 2 together and realise it's a potential collection. I don't think they're going to see that. They saw it with this, but I don't think they're going to see it with this one. Now, by all means, it's a very nice looking skin. Glows in the dark quite nicely at night time. I'm sure it'll still get like some people that appreciate it. But I got to be honest with you, with the state of small boxes as of recent, I really don't trust other people. I think that's going down in price. I believe that'll be dropping off. So that'll very likely just be a 70 cent to $1 barter. That's how I feel, and that's how I'm just going to move on, sorry. Wittled Bloom Large Box, a very nice, interesting, grounded, carved design produced by Mr. Yeah. I was hoping he was going to make a wooden double door because I think that would look amazing. But he didn't do that. He did a single wooden door. No! Well, I'm sure he'll do a double door at some point. Now, this does not glow in the dark, but it does look cool. I think some people will be appreciating it, but I have to be a little bit careful. We have had quite a lot of large boxes, and whilst we haven't had as many as we'd normally have with like a year where we had storage collections, like neon storage and scientific and, of course, the graffiti storages, we're getting a lot of like skins that are part of like collections, and yet they still went down in price. Look at Nucrum, look at Blocky, look at Shadowborn, look at Clanbase, look at Watcher of Doom. Like, they have other deplorables, and like there's a proper collection there, but they've still gone down. So I'm looking at this, and it could develop into a nicer collection, not nicer, a bigger collection, but it's still very likely it'll still go down in price. So I'm looking at it. I'm conflicted. I'm a bit worried. It hasn't sold that much though, but I think I'm probably just going to stick with maybe like 80 cents to $1.20. If you really aren't that confident, go with the lower side. So, okay. It is what it is, but yeah, make that wooden double door. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would appreciate that. I'd like to see it. Keep an eye on his workshop. Now over to here, we have the Ice sleeping bag. As I said, when I first saw this, I was like, did we already have like a frozen, like ice-themed sleeping bag quite recently? Yeah, back in November. And that sold at $2.49 as well. And with the arrival of this, it's gone down in price. Now that did almost 14,000 subscribers. This right here, 7,400 subscribers. I thought that wasn't going to sell that much. Like, back over to here, I thought that was going to end up doing between 7,500 to 8,500 subscribers. By tomorrow, it looks like it's just about going to get 7,500. You have sold next to nothing. Are you actually going to retain your value? I've seen this in game. It does look pretty. It does stand out quite nicely. I'm sure a lot of people would appreciate it inside the base when they don't have any lights on and whatnot. But here's the thing. Ice collection isn't in demand. And you can clearly see that right there. It's unfortunate, but yeah, when we saw the garage door being accepted, sheep in the door didn't change. When we saw this being accepted, neither of these changed. I don't think there's much helping it out. But it really hasn't sold that much. Surely it could still potentially rebound and go up in price in the future, right? I don't know. I'm cautious. I'm a bit wary. I might just stick with doing a $1 to $1.50 barter. I'm very sorry to say, but yeah, I'm conflicted. Hey, it's up to you what you do with the information. Will we see more Ice skins being produced? Yeah, it's had a lot of acceptances. I just don't really think people care enough for it to keep the price up, though. So I'd love to see a locker, a large box, small box, you name it, chair, table. I've been asking for that for a while. We'll see what happens next, but don't have 100% confidence, so I play it safe. Right, so all the skins have been said, all the prices will be listed in the description. Now let's talk about things that we need to be aware of. So there are new items that have been already put into the game, but they're not going to actually be in the game until, well, we have the update tomorrow. So we have the Sunken Combat Knife. If you own the Abyss Collection, that's going to be part of it, so you don't have to do anything. There is this, and I'll talk about that in a second. We have been well aware that we are going to be getting an Adobe Gate and Wall for stone and Frontier for wood. I'm not sure if this is actually all one pack. I don't know. Why does that get that special graphic but the Frontier doesn't? Maybe it's just not there for now. We'll see. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be Frontier as one and Adobe as its own one. We'll find out. So, okay, we got to pay for that. But that doesn't come with the already existing Legacy Wood and Adobe Building skin. You have to buy that separately. Cool. So that's nice. And of course, we have the 2 Easter items that'll be coming out for Easter, but not yet, but it's there. So, all right, cool. I now need to talk about this, the Discord trophy. So what's all this about? Well, when you have your account properly linked, so when you're in-game in Rust and you link up with Discord, you will now get this. Now today, something must have gone a bit wrong. They were handed out today to people who actively put an effort in to connect their accounts. If you already have yours connected and we have the update tomorrow, you should just get this by default. But what happened was, people also getting frog boots. I don't know what caused this, but they are bugged. That wasn't meant to happen. So there's some people out there with 2 pairs of frog boots now. No, they are still not tradable. They are still not tradable. But some people who bought Rust after 2018, they've got frog boots now. And just to point out, if you bought Rust whilst it was still in early access, aka before February 2018, you'd have got those for absolutely free. It's like a little present, a thank you. But you can't get that anymore. But somehow some people have got this. And FaceBunch are aware of it. They just basically went, meh, They don't care. They're fine with it. So, all right, cool. Did you get any for free? Feel free to comment below. And if you didn't, oh, what a shame. But that wasn't intentional. That was a mistake. So, okay, cool. Another thing to be aware of. Now, keep an eye on Mr. Protox's Twitter. You'll be informed of new things potentially on the horizon. So, vending machines will now refrigerate food. That's cool. All right, that's nice to be aware of. And it appears we're getting a very special pack for the jungle update. So you know how for the primitive update we had the medieval pack with like the very cool looking AK, the special barricade, the sheep matador, the sheep matador, and the special armor. Well, looks like we're getting an Aztec pack with the jungle update. What's going to be inside it? I won't be surprised if that jungle building skin that's been mentioned for like the past few months probably will be part of this, with what appears to be an assault rifle. Yes, an AK47, the Aztec rifle. How's it going to look? I don't know. Maybe it's got like loads of like reeds and plants all wrapped around it and whatnot. A green AK. Ooh, we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, that's being worked on. When is the jungle update probably coming out? I wouldn't be surprised if it's potentially going to be May. But I'd assume May, June, July, some point around the summertime. That's when we tend to get a lot of people playing, aka when the kids are out of school. It just makes good, reasonable sense, doesn't it? So how many people are we going to see playing around then? A brand new biome being introduced with loads of new content, such as animals that will actively hunt you, whether it's on land or in the water, aka tigers, panthers, and crocodiles. Brand new weapons, brand new monuments. I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll be probably beating that all-time peak player count. We shall see. Right, so that is basically everything that I needed to say. Who knows what we'll see potentially being accepted, but if you'd like to get a nice preview of all the skins that might have a good chance, aka all the new skins that were submitted just this past weekend, please consider watching my Rust Workshop skin checks. It's not as big as it normally is because a lot of the skin creators were focusing Easter skins this week, so whilst there's still plenty of collection continuations that you can skip ahead with the chapters here, back over to here, you will see that a lot of Easter skins are being produced and submitted, and let's see which ones potentially get accepted. 2 Easter Rust Doors is what we normally accept. Could we get 3? We shall see. So, is it next week, the week after, the week after that? I don't fully know, but we'll probably be surprised. So yeah, that is basically everything. So thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck with you and doing those buy orders tomorrow. But like I said, I will be on stream. It's my birthday. I'll be doing something very goofy, and I'll be doing some giveaways as well. I bought a whole bunch of these high quality crates. I'm going to open them and I'm going to throw them away to people who are currently in my chat. So that is the plan. That is what I'm expecting to do. And yeah, that's basically everything. So catch you later. Say goodbye. Best of luck with each and every single one of you. Let's see what gets accepted tomorrow. Feel free to comment below what you would like to see being accepted.